If the dream version of yourself exists in your head, she can and will exist in your reality. You just gotta keep showing up as her and keep those promises that you have made. Hey my girls, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shy, and if you're returning, my name is still Shy. Either way, I'm so happy to have you here and so excited to get into today's video. Before we get into it, y'all already know the drill. I want to know how you've been doing, what goals have you achieved, or what goals are you still working on? How is your year going so far? In the comments, we hold each other accountable and we make sure that we stay consistent. We make sure that we don't give up. We make sure that we are keeping the vision locked in and paying attention to what we got going on. I know sometimes as the year goes on, things come up, you become busy, you become just all over the place. But I like to take this time to ground ourselves and just remember what the point is, what the mission is, and just make sure that we hold each other accountable to keep this ball rolling, because our goals are going to be achieved this year. I promise you that. So make sure that you drop in the comments what you got going on and how everything has been going. But it's still comments. I'm going to teach you how to become a gym girly, not just physically, but mentally. And when you learn this strategy, this method, and really integrate it into your life, you're not just going to be a gym girly, you're going to be the gym girly. I get asked this all the time.
How did you get into the gym? How do you stay consistent? Why do you go to the gym? How do you like going to the gym? How do you get yourself to go to the gym at 5 something in the morning every single day?
I'm going to answer your question. You have to take it all the way back. It's not about just getting up and going to the gym and achieving a physical goal. We're going to start in the mind, because in your mind is where everything begins, and however you think up here is what's going to translate into your reality. So this is the real problem. People think that going to the gym is all about being disciplined, all about being motivated every single day. They think that in order to be successful and to see real sustainable goals in the gym, you have to change how you act, and you just need to go to the gym every single day. You need to stay on top of it, and you're magically like going to the gym. You will magically enjoy being in the gym. That's not how it works. I wish that it did, and I feel like that's how a lot of people start off and how they fall off. There is a science down to becoming a hardcore gym girly. There is a way that you can become obsessed with the gym, and I'm going to teach it to you, because when you really integrate this into your life, there's not going to be a day that goes by that you don't stick to your goals, because you're going to lay down in the bed at night and be so upset with yourself that you didn't. You're going to get to a place where when your goals are non-negotiables and you feel like you're not yourself, when you are not working towards them, when you are not going to the gym, when you are not meal prepping, when you are just all over the place and have no structures to yourself, you can become that type of person easily without thinking about it. So let's get right into how. Let me give y'all a little bit of background about me, my story, and how I grew up. So I grew up in Georgia. I live in Texas now, but either way, I'm still in the South. I am very much a Georgia peach. And if you've been to Georgia, if you're from Georgia, you know how we get down when it comes to food. Everything is fried, Southern food. Sunday dinner for me is every single day. Everywhere else, if you go somewhere, the Southern food that you see as their Sunday dinner or their Thanksgiving dinner, to me, that is a daily meal. Lunch, dinner, supper, whatever you want to call it. That's how we get down. That's how we eat. Everything has pork, salt, ham hocks, pork chop, fried chicken, neck bones, cube steak. The list goes on. Cornbread, mac and cheese, greens, yams,
collard greens, some cornbread, some candied yams, a little potato salad, fried chicken, peach cobbler, fruit slices of ham.
That is me. That is my upbringing. I'm getting flashbacks just thinking about it. I miss the food. I really do. I still eat stuff like that from time to time, but that is completely cut out on a consistent basis. So with that being said, me growing up eating like that, I experienced a lot of things as far as my family and their health. I unfortunately did lose my grandma to a massive heart attack, and a lot of the people in my family from Georgia suffer from obesity. I myself, when I got to my biggest weight, I said it right here, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure as well, and I got to a place where I was very unhealthy. I was just eating. So with that being said, fast forward to when I moved to Texas, that really didn't change. I was blessed with a pretty good metabolism when I lived in Georgia, so I did not experience obesity or get into my heaviest until I moved here to Texas. And then the food here in Texas is out of this world as well. So I just went from, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like I went from bad to worse as far as my eating. So it really slowly crept up on me. And when I got into a place where I was at my heaviest and I noticed how bad I was eating, how big I was getting, how tired I felt all the time, no energy, and literally just not recognizing myself in the mirror, I knew that I needed to change. And when I thought about my family and how we all eat as people of color, and losing my grandma to a massive heart attack, and me experiencing hypertension, it wasn't fun at all. I was got into a very dark place and I realized that something needs to change. At right now, I was like, I haven't even had children, so how am I going to have experienced a healthy pregnancy and be healthy enough to run around with my kids if I'm already experiencing health issues before I have them? So with all of that taken into account, I realized I needed to take a step back and really zoom in on my health. Everything else needs to be pushed to the side and I need to focus on what I'm eating and how I'm living in my lifestyle on a day-to-day basis. And those things were not contributing to my health at all. One of the first things that had to change in my daily speech and my mindset is that's just how I've always eaten. I could have easily said, this is what I always eat, this is how I grew up, this is my culture, this is my childhood, this is my background. I could have held on to that because essentially it is like those type of foods is all I knew at the time, but I had to really open up my eyes and understand that just because this is how I've always operated and I've always been does not mean that that's how I have to continue to be. And if I really want to improve my health and my well-being, I have to let go of a lot of stuff that I used to do. And a lot of times when you are at home still, or when you're still surrounded by your family and y'all are eating as a family, that's what's provided to you. It's like you don't have an option because it's all they eat and it's your environment. So being aware of your environment and being aware of what's being placed in front of you every single day, and just basically taking accountability and understanding that this is not working, and taking that brave step toward changing your speech and not telling yourself this is just how I am and this is just how I've always eaten. You have to be aware of what you have been doing and accept that that's fine, it's cool. You can still have those type of foods, but it just doesn't have to be on a consistent basis. And that's where I had to understand this does not have to be every single day. So that first thing is noticing what's going on and understanding that it doesn't have to always be this choice. You can always pivot and go into another direction despite your upbringing. So with that being said, that leads me to step one of becoming that gym girly. It starts with identity. Who you say you are is exactly who you are going to show up as every single day. Meaning, telling yourself that that's just how you are, or you're not capable of being consistent, or you always fall off. How you talk to yourself or the things that you think on a day-to-day basis is going to manifest into your reality at all times. Every time you say that I'm trying, you're always going to be stuck in a loop of trying. So for me, one of the ways, even when I was at my heaviest, I began telling myself, I'm the type of girl that goes to the gym. That statement alone helped me change in so many different ways, because or when it came to going out to eat, when it came to snacking, all of those decisions for me, it's like they just one by one changed in little ways. It was easy for me to make better decisions when I told myself I'm the type of person that goes to the gym. I'm the type of person that takes care of my body. So if I know that I am becoming this person that takes care of my body, I'm becoming this person that goes to the gym, and Sally Sue called me, want to go out on a Friday night, but I promised myself that I'm going to go to the gym Saturday morning or Sunday morning, it's going to be easier for me to say no because I'm honoring myself and keeping those promises to myself that I have made. I know that if I go out to the club Friday night, it's going to be hard for me to wake up in the morning and keep my promise to going to the gym. So I have to make that decision. I have to prioritize the version of myself that I am becoming, especially when I do not see the results yet. That is the key. Just because you are saying that you are doing something does not mean that the results are going to come immediately. And that's when you get stuck the most, because you're not seeing what you want to see just yet. You have to stay obedient to yourself. You have to keep promises to yourself, and you have to keep going even when you don't see the results just yet. Changing your speech so that you can change your identity. Keeping those promises to yourself is going to come from just overall having self respect. If you truly want to gain self confidence, self love, and self respect, you are going to strive towards that. And every time you make a promise to yourself, you're not going to say that you always fall off or you always quit. You're going to say, these are the changes that I'm making in my life, and I'm honoring them. You're standing on business about yourself. And guess what? Every time you say that you're going to the gym, or every time you say that you're going to meal prep and you actually do it, you are casting a vote towards the person that you truly want to become, and you are reinforcing and changing your subconscious mind that, hey, I said I was going to do this, and this is evidence. Your brain seeks evidence of what you're telling it. So if you tell your brain that you're making these changes and you stay consistent and keep doing it, you're literally changing your brain. You're changing your subconscious mind. So you just have to stay consistent, even when it feels hard, even when it feels like it's not working. It's working, and it's always going to start on the inside before you see it in the physical. And that's not just with the gym, that's with your spiritual self-love and self-growth journey as well. It starts on the inside and it manifests into the real world. That leads me into step 2, and that is understanding that discipline is a form of self-love. A lot of times, us as women, we put everything first and then ourselves last. That's not how that goes. I don't care what nobody say. You can call it selfish all you want to, but I will stand on this hill. The best form of self-love is prioritizing yourself and putting yourself first. And you have to love yourself more than you love anybody else. You have to prioritize yourself more than you prioritize anybody else. Because as long as you are pouring into yourself and taking care of who you are and giving yourself the necessary time, attention, rest, you are full and you are whole. Anytime you are pouring out to somebody else, whether it's your kids, whether it's your partner, whether it's your career, whether it's any other thing that you're interested in or have obligations to, how are you going to replenish yourself if you're constantly pouring? No. I be having to tell people, I be having to tell my mom and other women in my life to stop driving yourself into the ground because of you loving other people, because that love that you're pouring out to them is not replenishing you. You're tired and you're worn down and you are beat, and there's nobody coming in to help you and save you and put everything that you just put out back into you. You have to be a fully whole person to give out the time, attention, love, and effort that you're trying to give to other people. It is self-neglect when you don't. So focus on yourself, and everything else, everything, even your kids come after you. I'm sorry, but that is the truth. Because as long as you are overpouring into them, you cannot fulfill yourself. And they need you to be whole to show up for them properly. For example, they even tell you when you are flying on a plane that if God forbid anything happens on this flight and the oxygen mask come off, they tell you to put your oxygen mask on first. Take care of yourself first before helping your neighbor, before helping your children. You take care of yourself first. Because if you pass out and everybody else, you done help everybody around you strap in, who gonna help you? Who gonna save you? Who is going to make sure that you are good? Take care of yourself first, and everybody benefits from you taking care of yourself more than you realize when you are full, whole, complete, and healthy. You have to put yourself first. You deserve that. Self-love is the best form of love. It is not selfish. It is literally what you need to thrive. You have to reframe how you look at self-love when you're going to the gym. Sometimes we look at the gym like this punishment. Oh, I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like dragging myself here. I don't feel like getting up this morning to go. I look at it as a privilege. I am grateful that I even have the capability to get up and go into the gym willingly. That I even have access to the gym. I go as far as even being grateful that I can afford to go to the gym, that I have my gym on a monthly subscription and it just comes out of my account. And now that I know that it's coming out of my account, I'm going to go and not waste my money that I just spent on my membership. And then I'm grateful that I'm in there for really for fun, for maintenance. I'm not in there trying to recover from an injury. God forbid that ever happens to me. But I look at all the reasons why I should be grateful that I can even go and just go versus fighting myself. Because every morning, if it's a fight, I'm going to eventually lose that fight. I'm going to be tired of fighting myself, but I'm just be like, all right, this 5 minutes that I'm going to lay here going to turn into 30. This 30 going to turn into an hour. and now I'm just not even gonna go. I'd rather not overthink it and just be grateful that the option is there and choose the option and just go. And once you're done, I promise you, I have never left the gym and regretted going to the gym. I have always been proud of myself. Whether I went for 20 minutes, whether I went for 2 hours, I'm always happy that I went. But despite how hard it might have been that morning to go, despite how much I didn't want, I go. I'm grateful that I made it, and I'm even more proud that I went and did my workout. And with that, I tell myself, I deserve to feel strong. I deserve to have energy and I deserve to feel powerful. I deserve this energetic feeling that I get from going to the gym and finishing my workout and coming out of it. I deserve this feeling and walking throughout my day with this accomplishment, whether I fought myself or not. I want to feel good about myself and proud. When you're able to wear that proudness on your shoulders all day, it really does improve how you show up in every other area of your life. You're more prone to stick to your meal prep or stick to your calorie deficit because you just went and worked out that morning or you won that later on that night. Step 3, this part is going to really help you and really accelerate your success as far as getting up and going to the gym. Make it easy for yourself. Create your environment to support your new habits. Meaning, if you want to go to the gym and you want to get up at 5:30 in the morning to go, the best thing for you to do is to have your gym bag packed, have your pre-workout ready in the fridge, ready to go, have your gym clothes washed, ready, and folded either by your bedside or already in your gym bag so that you can grab everything that you need, put it on when you wake up in the morning and go out the door. If you got to get up and look for an outfit, if you got to get up and look for your gym bag, if you got to get up and prepare your pre-workout, that's probably like what, another 20 minutes before you get out the house. You're going to be stalling. Create your environment to support your new habits. So go ahead and have everything ready to go. You shouldn't have to do nothing but get up, brush your teeth, put your clothes on. I've heard some people sleep in their gym clothes. If you want to do that, more power to you. So all you got to do now is put your shoes on. So all you want to do is just have to get up and make yourself take care of your hygiene and make yourself look decent. But as far as preparing your items for the gym, that need to be done the night before so that you can get out the door. The quicker and easier you can get out the door, the more likely you are going to stay consistent with every single day. Because every time you go to bed at night, all you gotta do is get up and do maybe 2 or 3 things and head out the door. You're gonna make it to the gym early enough to have time to do your workout thoroughly and not have to rush through it. And you're just setting up systems to maintain your success, maintain your goals, maintain what it is that you're trying to accomplish. So create an environment that supports these new habits. And I promise you, it's going to get easier and easier, and you're going to be able to follow through every single time. And it's not even going to be much of a fight anymore because it's already curated to what you need to be curated to. Pick a time and pick a couple of days out of the week that is going to be sustainable to you. For me, I wake up at 5:30 and I try to be out of the house about 5:45, at the gym by 6. That is my time period. That is my routine. That is my window. I'm making my business to go to the gym by 6 every single morning because I'm able to work out for about 2 hours and get back home, get showered, eat, dress for work, and that is my routine. I can sustain that routine. I've been doing this for over a year now, and it works for me. And I do it so often that it's not even hard for me to do it throughout the week. So I do go to the gym about 6 times a week. Figure out what works for you. I cannot go to the gym after work, and I'm definitely not going after 4 p.m., 5 p.m. I'm not going. You will not catch me in there. I'm good on that. If I don't go to the gym that morning, unfortunately, I'm just not going to the gym. I cannot. The gym, for me, at least the one I go to, is very chaotic. It's very packed. And honestly, by the time I get off work, my body, my mental is ready to decompress. I don't have the capacity to handle anything else other than getting home, seeing my man, seeing my dog, eating and chilling. That's all I want to do for the rest of the day. So I have to handle what needs to be done in the morning and prioritize that in the morning. It's non-negotiable. So that way I can just go on about the rest of my day and I have that peace knowing that I did what I needed to do that morning and I'm done when I get home. And for me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm like a little kid. I like to have stuff to look forward to, so I might listen to a new playlist and I'm excited to go listen to the playlist. I might try a new pre-workout drink and I'm excited to try the drink the next day. So I'm up early in the mornings to try it. I might find a pre-workout snack. You're not gonna always be able to make things super duper exciting, but I try to romanticize my fitness journey by still always having things to look forward to. If I got a new gym outfit, I'm excited to wear it. I figure out ways to push myself even further so that by the time I get to the gym, I have something to look forward to and I'm excited. I know it's not going to be like that every single day, but that does help. I'm not going to lie. It really does help when you have little things so that it doesn't always feel like you're on a routine. You are having something to look forward to. Step 4 is fall in love with the journey so that it's not a struggle to be patient on the journey. When I first started my fitness journey, I had the audacity to make a video upset and sad, and this is very valid. If you're in that space right now, I'm not talking bad about you. It's just funny looking back because I was upset and sad that it had been 2 months that I was in the gym, uno dos, and I wasn't seeing no results. And I probably was seeing results, but because I wasn't looking how I wanted to look at the time, I thought that I wasn't seeing no results. But 2 months is not enough time to see a drastic change in your physique on your fitness journey, especially if you are doing body recomp. Body recomp takes a while. I'm not even gonna lie. And I'm gonna insert the video right here if I can find it and show y'all like I was tripping. However, I say all that to say, looking back now, I'm glad that I didn't see no results in 2 months. And I'll even go as far as and say that I am grateful that I did get to a space where I gained as much weight as I gained. My heaviest was 187 pounds. And it might sound crazy to say, but I'm grateful that I gained that much weight. I'm grateful that I became as heavy as I did because had I not, I would have never taken my health seriously. I would have never started my fitness journey. I would have never gotten to the gym. My life would not be what it is right now if that did not happen to me. I met my man in the gym. So all of that happened for a reason. So I'm grateful that I experienced, and that is my story, and that is my journey. So I had to say, fall in love with your fitness journey. Because what if I did get the results that I wanted to get in 2 months? Would I have quit my fitness journey? Would I have been like, that's all I needed? And I feel like because it took more, obviously it took more than 2 months. If I would have got what I wanted in 2 months, I probably would have been like, oh, it's cool, I got what I wanted, and fell off, and I wouldn't have appreciated it as much versus me now being on my fitness journey for 3 years. I appreciate my hard work. I appreciate my dedication. I appreciate who I am as a woman. I am a completely different woman. I have made so much growth and progress that goes beyond the physical. And that's the beauty in your fitness journey is your physical progress that you see is a byproduct. It is not just about the physical. So much in you is going to grow and flourish just from keeping promises, being disciplined, and building trust and building self-love in yourself that the results have no choice but to come. But the bigger picture is who you become on the inside. That is what really truly matters. The fact that you are able to sustain your results, able to work hard and trust yourself and keep showing up when you're not seeing the results, all of that plays a part in your character. So I say that I am beyond grateful for my fitness journey. I'm grateful that I gained the weight that I gained and that I am becoming who I am from my fitness journey because I wouldn't have y'all if I didn't start my fitness journey. I wouldn't have the relationship that I have. I wouldn't have the physique that I have because I didn't look like this even when I was at my skinniest and body T now. So I just have a lot to be grateful for. And I just say all that to say to fall in love with the process and pay attention to what's happening in the moment and not what you're trying to get to the other side because it's going to come, but you end up missing out on so many beautiful things and experience when you focus too much on one single result when the results that you're going to get is in many, many different areas. And you never know who's watching you. Like I told you earlier about my family, my mom, she suffers from hypertension and now she's in the gym with me. She be wanting to come to the gym. I'm inspiring her to get to the gym. And my sister this year, she got into the gym. My girl already lost 14 pounds and it's March. You never know who's watching you. You never know who you are encouraging and inspiring. And they might be watching you silently and not necessarily telling you that they're inspired by you, but you just don't know. People are looking at you. And even furthermore, I feel like it was my obligation to keep promises to myself, because if you tell somebody that you're trying to lose weight, not that anybody's opinion matters, but if I tell somebody that I'm trying to lose weight and then a couple days later they see me eating a donut or see me eating cake, now I look like I'm full of ish because I don't stick to my word. And how do you look when you don't even keep your own words to yourself? So that stuff like that, it really made me stay on my game. If I said I'm gonna do it, if it came out of my mouth, I'm gonna do it. And it might not happen overnight, which it really isn't, but you're gonna watch me in the process make it happen. And now my family, every time they call me, they already know where I'm at. The phone ring, hello, where you at the gym? Yes. And then sometimes my sister will come up there and meet me, or they'll just be like, call me when you get out, because they already know I'm being there for a while. But my family, now when I get gifts, people give me gym clothes. People will look at your life and they might not believe that's who you are in the moment, but the more and more you show up as that person and the evidence starts showing that you are really that girl and you're becoming who you say you are, it's all going to fall into your lap. Your life is going to literally start to reflect the decisions and the promises that you said that you're going to make. You're impacting your family, you're getting opportunities, you're falling in love with yourself, you meeting new people in a community that have the same similar interests and want to do the same thing that you want to do. You just never know, especially if you're a mom. Meeting other gym moms is so cool. Y'all have something in common because y'all are raising children and y'all are bringing these kids up, and also they get to experience watching you become strong and you prioritize yourself. So now you're instilling that in your kids and they're like, oh, mommy take care of herself, so let me learn how to do a push-up, let me learn how to do the stairmaster, whatever the kids want to do. My point is, you are impacting so many people when they see you prioritizing yourself, and it's very attractive. Like I said, I met my man in the gym. You are going to attract a completely different caliber of people when you take care of yourself. And the people that are in your circle now that support whatever bad habits you're trying to break, they're going to try to hold you back. They're going to think that it's not a real change or try to get you to still do the same things. And then you're going to have to make some decisions, because though you don't want those to be the people that hold you back from reaching your goal. If you have ever told yourself that you want to become a gym girl, I want you to know that you can and you will. All that it really takes is a decision. You just have to decide to show up as this person that you want to be every single day without fail. I don't care if you don't see no results. I don't care if it feels hard. I don't care if it feels boring. Continue to show up as the version of yourself that you promise yourself that you want to be. You will become her, I promise you. If the dream version of yourself exists in your head, she can and will exist in your reality. You just gotta keep showing up as her and keep those promises that you have made. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions or concerns about joining the gym, drop those in the comments, because I love talking about how we can better ourselves. If you plan on starting your fitness journey, or if you have already started your fitness journey, let me know how it is going. If you lost weight, gain muscle, tell me. I want to know how my girls are doing in the comments. So let me know what y'all got going on. Keep the conversation going, because we are achieving our goals this year. Thank you so much for being here. I cannot wait to see y'all in the next video. Bye.